Good day everyone and welcome. My name is Susan and we're going to do a nice little gentle hatha yoga class today. So, sitting comfortably on your sit bones, whatever position is good for you. If you can't sit cross-legged, just find a place that feels good for you. All right, no worries there. So we're going to start with the breathing. In through the nose, out through the nose. Nice long, full, smooth breath. So you inhale completely. Always try and suspend your breath for a couple of seconds and exhale. So learning how to relax is the key to really getting that breath going as well. So hopefully you find yourself in a nice, comfortable, quiet place where you can practice and listen to your body, pay attention to how you feel. If there's anything we do that's going to cause you pain or aggravate a condition you might have, think about it before you try it. I usually offer a few different variations of pretty well everything we do. So hopefully you can find something that works for you. And again, if it doesn't feel good, remember you don't have to do it. So that being said, I'm going to cue you on your breathing. We always move on the exhale. So when I say on your next exhale or the next exhale is when I want you to move. All right? So let's see what we can do together. So again, my name is Susan and welcome. All right? So we're going to start with a couple minutes of breathing at pranayama, and every week I choose a different mudra, and it's just a different hand gesture. If it's not your thing, just put your hands on your lap and you can breathe that way. Otherwise, if you'd like to try it. So this week we're going to sit in what they call Bhairavi mudra. So for our female yoginis, left hand resting on top of the right. For our male yogis, right hand on top of the left. And the mounds of the thumbs together. So just rest your arms on your lap, on your inner lap. So Bhairavi mudra means powerful and intense. So relax, close your eyes, practice stillness. Imagine that you are releasing all that you no longer need, coming out through your navel, down into your hands, and right out your fingertips. So close your eyes and let's just breathe. Continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Just slow it down. Now is the time to drop your day, to settle your mind, and to set an intention for your practice today. Focus on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower your blood pressure, and lower your anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. For one more breath. And on the next exhale, let's bring our hands together. Let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center, close your eyes. And let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune out. Inhale. One more nice long smooth breath. And on your exhale, I'd like you to drop 3 fingers. Keep the index fingers together, sitting nice and tall, preparing for Jupiter Mudra. Take a breath. And on the exhale, let's see if we can reach up very slowly and gently all the way, right up to the ceiling. Reach. Let's wake up that physical body. Let's lengthen and release that spine. If this bothers your shoulders, bring your arms down a little bit lower if you need to. There's always room to make adjustments in every move you make to find a place that is comfortable for you. Breathe. Breathing into Jupiter Mudra, which is good luck and expansion, are activated when together focus your energies on breaking through barriers for one more breath. On the next exhale, release the hands. Inhale into a gentle back bend, or just reach up to the ceiling, whatever you can manage. Breathe. Focus on the breath. It's the same breath every breath you take. The whole time we're together is long and smooth. One more. On the next exhale, bring the arms down slow and gentle. Put your hands on the floor right in front of you. I'm going to move back over here. Now keeping your back straight, hinging at the hips, take a breath. And on the exhale, I want you to lean forward. Now, if you want, you can just bend the elbows and lean a little bit. Some of you want to come down on your forearms a little bit more. And if you want to go even deeper, reach out and just stretch the arms out. Now in this position, whatever one feels good for you, you can bow your head a little if you like. So this is a beautiful stretch for your back, lengthening your spine, pardon me, shoulders, the muscles up and down your back. One more big breath. On the next exhale, I want you to stay low and I want you to slide your hands, shift your body weight to the left. Now the weight's on the left thigh, right hip on the floor. Now here again, try to relax the shoulders and you can go as far as you want or move as little as you need. This is a really nice stretch for the right side of your body. You can reach out with both arms. If you find maybe reaching out with the right arm gives you a little bit extra stretch, make that little adjustment. One more breath. Exhale, stay low and shift your body weight to the right. Weight's on the right thigh, left hip on the floor. Relax the shoulders. And here again, you don't even have to go further. If you can't, don't worry about it, stay right here. But if you want, you can reach out a little further. And let's see if we can get that beautiful stretch onto the left side, the shoulder and all the way down, waking up the left side of the body. Relax the shoulders, you can bow your head. Now while we're here, let's recognize and release the tension that we hold in our face. So I want you just to really squeeze your face, crunch it up, make it as tight as you can and hold it. Let it go, relax your facial muscles. Push the tension through your body into the ground, one more breath. And on the exhale, come back to center, bring yourself up straight spine, hands on the lap. Let's roll the shoulders out, roll them out. If your shoulders are tight, do what you can. We're gonna do this several more times. The more you do it, the better you feel. A nice, easy way to release the tension that we hold in our shoulders and into our neck and our upper body, just rolling them out. All right, again, keep an eye on that breath. It's the same breath. All right, so from here, we're gonna do a gentle neck stretch. So sitting nice and tall, just relax your hands. So be very gentle again. If you have issues with your neck, be very careful on how you move it. And if it really doesn't feel good, please remember, come right out of it or skip it altogether. Ready? Take a breath. On the exhale, bow your head. Keep your back straight, relax the shoulders, just releasing the back of the neck, the top of the cervical spine. One more breath. On the exhale, bring your head up slowly to neutral position. We're going to turn our head to the left. On the exhale, just look to the left gently. Now you don't have to go far. It's a very gentle release of the right side of the neck. Those little muscles are called scalene muscles. It doesn't take a lot for them to be tight and compressed. And if they're tight, that means the nerves, the blood vessels going to your brain and your head are also tight. So let's see if we can release them. On the exhale, excuse me, come to center. I want you to tilt your head back if you can. Gentle with the back of your neck as well. Breathe, releasing the throat. And as we release the tight neck muscles, it helps with your memory, your decision making, your thought process. On the exhale, come to center. And let's do one more. We're going to look to the right on the exhale. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Close your eyes. If that helps you relax, close your eyes. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, come to center. Lovely. All right, so let's do a nice shoulder shrug. So from here, take a big breath and exhale, bring the shoulders up, and I want you to have your ears as tight as you can. Squeeze. This is a nice, quick, easy way to release tension into the shoulders, and you can do this anytime during the day. It feels pretty good. One more breath. And on the exhale, let it go. Let them fall. See if you notice a difference now. Let's roll them out again. Roll them out. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to force your body. Just do what you can. Listen to your body, that's all. Follow the rhythm of the breath. All right, lovely. So from here, I want left hand on the floor, right hand on the right knee. Now, I don't seem to have my block with me here, so normally I have a block with me and somehow it's disappeared. So I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this particular stretch here. The deepest version is elbow on the floor, arm up to the ceiling. When I have a block, I can rest my elbow on my block. But since I don't have a block today, left hand, you can reach it out and just bend the elbow. Don't even have to put it on the floor, okay? So my bad for not having my block. So right hand on the right knee, sitting nice and tall. Ready? Inhale up and exhale. All the way up. Now, if you find this is challenging for you, just put your arm somewhere else. But then again, those of you who want to go deeper, you can reach a little bit more over your head to the left. Spread those fingers like rays of sunshine. Try to make sure the arm is lined up to the side of the body, so you're not kind of tilted forward or twisted back, as best as you can, of course. Beautiful stretch for the right side of the body. One more breath. Exhale, right hand to right knee. And on the exhale, I want you to push away on the knee, bring the right shoulder towards the left knee. Just to release the upper back shoulder and all the way down. You can keep the right arm straight. If you want to soften the elbow, that's okay too. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the elbow and stay low. Come to center very slowly. Okay, so let's try this side here. Now, again, since I don't have my block, I'll do the easy version for you. So I'm going to reach out a little bit more. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, I'm just leaning on my hand and bending my elbow. Same idea. You can stay right here. You don't have to go any further. You always find a place. Some of you are a little bit more advanced in your practice and you can go a little deeper. Some of you are still beginners. So you find a place. I want you to find a place where you don't have to strain your body. But keep an eye on that breath. Exhale, left hand to left knee. And on the exhale, push away. And always remember to pay attention to how your body moves, how your body feels. If anything's going to cause you pain or aggravate any kind of condition you have, please listen to your body, pay attention, come out of it, or just make a little adjustment, come to center so that you find a place that feels fine, feels good for it. And let's roll the shoulders out again. Okay, let's release those legs a little bit. So into your little butterfly or bound angle pose. So again, wiggle around, make sure you're nice and comfortable. Make sure there's some room between the heels and the groin area. So this particular stretch here now, we're going to start releasing the inner thighs, opening up the hips, the tight glutes, and the pelvic floor groin area. So I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this one. The deepest version is hands on the ankles, elbows on the knees, leaning forward. Again, if you find that sitting like this is as far as you can go or want to go, just put your hands on your lap and stay here. You don't have to go any further. Now, or if you'd like to try something else, you can put your hands on the floor beside your hips, bring the shoulder blades together, and you can do it that way. All right, that gives you a little stretch for your chest while you're here. So keep your back straight. Now I want your head level with your spine, so try not to bow your head around your back as best you can. Ready? On the exhale, I'm going to be doing the deeper version. Those of you who are doing this particular version, a little bit of pressure on the knees is okay, not a lot. Okay, focus on leaning forward more. Try to relax your thighs, your hips. And if you want to go even further from here, if you were to open up your feet a little bit, as you're leaning, you'll get a deeper position if you need to go there as well. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, come up very slowly. All right, bring the knees up. Now let's open up those legs into a nice big V, just like this. All right. Now toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Make sure that you're always sitting tall, being aware of your posture. So now we're going to work the hamstrings, knees, and calves. Make sure the toes are up to the ceiling. Hands are going to be on your knees. So again, always a straight spine, head level with your spine. So try not to bow your head and round your back. So let me show you this one here. So the hands are on the knees. All I'm doing is I'm leaning forward. Now some of you, if you can go a little further, you can slide your hands down. Some of you can even grab your toes. That's up to you. Now, let's see what we can do together. Big breath. And exhale. Now, you can go as far as you want. Stay here if you need to. But if you want to go a little further, every time you exhale, go a little bit further if you can. And those of you who can reach your toes, if you want an extra stretch in your upper back, point your toes. Now, wherever you are in this particular stretch, I want you to think about how your knees and your quads feel. If you find that they're tight, try to let them go. Relax them. One more breath. Exhale, come up. This is a very dynamic stretch, so you should have felt that. Most people have very tight hamstrings. All right, so we're going to keep going now. So I'd like you to take your left leg and just straighten it. So make sure it's lined up with your hip. So from here, I'd like you to bend the right foot, put it into the cusp of the knee. So again, make sure you wiggle around, you're nice and comfortable. So we're going to do a nice move called a half butterfly. I'm going to give you 2 ways to do this one here, because this can be a pretty deep one. So left foot, if you can, I'm going to tuck my heel right up into my groin area, nice and tight. Now this is a really deep stretch for my right knee and my right hip. If this is really going to be uncomfortable for you, just lower your leg or move your leg a little bit. Find a place that feels better. Don't worry about it, okay? Now, half butterfly, both hands are on the inside of the left leg. Take your breath. And on the exhale, if you can lean, just lean and bend the elbows. You don't have to go far. But some of you might want to go further. You can reach out. And if you want to go a little deeper than that, come down on the forearm. So this particular half butterfly is a beautiful stretch. You're still working the left leg, the left hamstring, but having the right one in this deep position is working a beautiful stretch for the knee, the thigh, and the hip of the right leg. Completely different stretches for the legs. Half butterfly, one more breath. Exhale, push yourself up. Now we're going to go into a twist pose from here. If you're comfortable in this position, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind the back. If you find that's getting a little intense for your right leg, just move your foot down into the cusp of the knee if that's better for you, all right? So that being said, let's go into a gentle spinal twist. Left hand reach way over here on the right knee, right hand behind your back. Take a breath, and on the exhale, look over the right shoulder. So this is a gentle spinal twist. So again, if you have issues with your back or your spine, be careful. You can come here, you don't have to go any further. But if you want to go deeper, if you feel you need a little extra stretch today, push on that knee towards the left, you'll get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Keep your back straight, relax the shoulders, and breathe. Even in the twist pose, the breath is exactly the same. And if it's really uncomfortable, please come right out of it. Don't be shy. One more breath. Exhale slowly, come to center. All right, so let's release this right leg. Let's get the kink out of the right leg. Let's try the left one out. So again, if you can, tuck that heel up nice and tight. If it's really too intense, slide it down a little bit. Find a place that feels better is what I'm trying to say. So again, both hands on the inside. One breath, and on the exhale, lean. You can come down, you can reach out, come down on the forearm. Try to relax and breathe. One more breath. Exhale, come up slowly. All right, let's go right into our twist pose again. If you want to release this leg a little bit, absolutely, just release it a little bit. Find a place that's not as intense if it's a little too much. So let's go way over here. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind the back. Take a breath in. On the exhale, look over the left shoulder. So again, maybe this is the side of your body that's a little tighter, that doesn't move as well, maybe not as balanced or strong. So make those little adjustments so you find a place that feels just right. And always remember, you find your edge with everything you do. You don't have to go further than that. Keeping our spine strong and balanced and supple, flexible. One more breath. Exhale, slowly release. All right, let's release that leg. Let's finally get the kink out of this leg here. So this is our staff pose. So sitting nice and tall. Again, being aware of your posture. Relax the shoulders. And let's point the toes. Let's work our hands and feet. So from here, we're going to reach out with the left hand only. Pointing the toes gets a little stretch onto the top of the foot. Left hand out, fingers are open, bent at the wrist, slightly turn out to the baby finger. Releasing the extensor muscles onto the top of the forearm, the wrist, the hands, and the fingers. One more breath. Exhale, straighten hand, bring it up. Right fingertips on the left, bring it back gently. Gentle stretch for the hand, the wrist, flexor muscles. Relax those shoulders. Breathe. Just bring yourself right here, right now, to this moment. Nothing matters, but this time we have together. Slowing things down. On the exhale, release. Left hand on the lap. Now, with your feet, if you want, we're going to get to this side here. Keep your heels on the floor. If you want a little calf stretch, you can get your heels off the floor if you want to try that. That's optional. Let's try this side here. Bend at the wrist. Try to relax the shoulders. We're going to focus on the forearm. One more breath. Exhale, straighten hand, bring it up, bring it back. From here, release, heels on the floor, and we bring our hands up here. So let's work our fingers now. So relax your legs and feet. So what we're going to do here today for our fingers is, let me show you quickly. As you're going to fold at the first joint, so like almost have like a little hook. And then you're going to straighten the fingers like this. And then you're going to go into a loose fist. Let's see if you can see me okay. Now, when you're doing these fingers, you can move your thumb any way you want. So make sure that you're sitting nice and tall. Relax the whole body. Let's focus on our fingers, all right, and our hands. Relax the shoulders. Take your breath in on the exhale. Just fold at the first joint so that you have like a little hook. You can move your thumb if you want. Exhale, straighten the fingers. So you're at your big knuckle, and then from here into a very loose fist. Now let's back up, and fingers like this. You see me okay? And then here into like a hook. And then from here, I want you to open them up very carefully. Stretch them out. Now I want you to let them hang. Roll the wrist around gently. Play a little piano. And then shake it out. Shake those hands out. All right, lovely. Let's go down to the ankles now. So from here, what we're going to do is, you can open up your legs just a little bit. We're just going to do some nice ankle circles. That's it. So we're going to do 3 one direction and 3 the other. So this is focusing on articulating the ankle. So when you're doing this, try not to wiggle your legs. If they move a bit, don't worry about it, but try not to wiggle them too much. Focus on the ankles, all right? So your hands can go beside your hips. If you want to kind of lean back and relax and do it this way, you can do it that way if you'd like, all right? So ready? Let's go. Inhale around. Pause. And around. Nice and slow. Breathe. Remember, it's the same breath. And when you do 3 one direction, go to the other side, the other direction, around. Really focusing on releasing the ankles, the foot, the toes, but also the lower leg muscles. Your calves, your shins maybe, and that's it, and that's it. Relax. Relax your legs. Let's play a little piano with your toes. Now let's round them out a little faster now. If you want to add the fingers and the hands, you can play a little piano and roll them around. All right, so now we're nice and warmed up. So let's keep moving. So now we're going to get into our table. So onto your hands and knees. Now, with my classes, I always offer some little extra padding in case you need them for your knees or your wrists or underneath your buttocks or anything like that. And it's just a little Pilates mat I cut up, but you can use a little towel or a thin blanket if you need to, or a very thin pillow if you need a little support for those knees. Now, this is our table. Everything is lined up. Ankle to knee to hip, knees are hip distance apart, arms are lined up. Head is level with my spine. Let's do some cat and cow. Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C-scoop, spine. Exhale as you arch the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. This is all about releasing, lengthening that spine. Releasing upper back. This is a beautiful stretch for your lower back. And again, up. And when you come up, you get a stretch into your abdominals, into your chest. So it's a beautiful breath in motion, meditation in motion. Let's do one more. And all the way up. Perfect. All right. Now, bring yourself to straight neutral spine. So we're going to do a nice little hip stretch. And this is called the frog or tadpole. Let me show you both of them, and then you can decide on what you need to do. So the upper body, you're going to come down on the forearm and you're going to bow your head. Now your lower body, if you find that you want to leave your knees where they are, come down on your forearm. That's your little tadpole. If you want to do the frog, if you can, open up your knees a little bit wider. Now, as wide as the mat, the edge of the mat is probably as wide as I want you to go, if you're going to go that wide. And if you do, try to make sure the ankles are lined up behind your knees. So, upper body still comes down onto the forearms. Forearms are lined up. Bow your head. You don't have to put your head on the floor. Just bow your head. So this is our frog or tadpole, a gentle hip opener, releasing the pelvic floor groin area, the glutes, the lower back. One more breath. Exhale, table. Now from here we're going to get into our child's pose. So bring those knees together if they're really wide apart. Let's rest. On the exhale, if you can, lean back. Now, child's pose, resting on your stacked fists. On your block, if you have one, stacked hands are on the floor. Make sure your head and your neck are properly supported so you can rest your whole body. Child's pose Padasana is a resting place, a neutral place, and a wonderful full body stretch. So just slow it down, slow that breath down. And let's take this time to thank ourselves for being here today, for taking the time and making the time to be on your mat for a little while, for whatever reason brings you here today. Maybe you just want a little stretch, maybe you want to turn your brain off for a little while, or just step away from the busyness of the outside world, busyness of our lives. Part of our self-care, our self-soothing, and our well-being. One more breath. Exhale, come back up to table slowly. All right, now we're nice and warmed up, so let's start moving. So we're going to start with a nice little move called a rabbit. So I'm going to show you this particular position and then we'll see if we can do it together. So the rabbit is a really deep stretch for the upper back and a muscle called the rhomboid. And the rhomboid is a very deep muscle. It's something you probably wouldn't feel. So let me show you quickly. So this one here, I'm going to come down on the forearm. I'm going to put the top of my head on the floor, just like this. And that's why it's a beautiful stretch for the upper back, pardon me, because of the top of the head. If you can't get the top of the head on the floor, put your forehead on the floor if that's better for you. So let's see if we can do our little rabbit. So from table, ready? Take a breath. On the exhale, onto the forearm. Open up the elbows wider if you need to. Top of the head on the floor. One more breath. Table from here, come up to table. All right, we're gonna get into down dog from here. Curl the toes, big breath, exhale, and up. Everybody up. Push yourself up gently. Now make those adjustments. Move your feet back if you need to. Balance the weight from the hands to the feet. Tail is up high, back, straight head hanging down. We're going to do a nice move called the crouching tiger. I'm going to give you 2 ways to do it. If you can, just bend your knees. Stay on the balls of your feet. If you're a little stronger and you want to go on the tips of your toes, you can do it that way. It's a little tougher, that one. Crouching tiger, down dog from here. Let's walk ourselves up to mountain. Take a few steps. Come up very slowly, any way you can. Get off the floor. Shake the hands out, roll out the shoulders, shake those legs out if you need to. All right, lovely. Okay, so let's take a few breaths into our nice strong mountain. Standing nice and tall, relax the shoulders, feet are hip distance apart. Slow that heart rate down. Catch your breath. If you feel that you've lost track of your breath, now's the time. Get it going again. Slow it down. And let's take a few breaths into our nice strong mountain. This is a resting neutral place as well. Relax those shoulders. One more breath. Let's inhale up. Exhale. Inhale into your gentle back bend. Or just reach up to the ceiling, preparing for ragdoll. On the exhale, soften the knees, hinging up the hips, swan dive down and hang out. So this is a beautiful stretch. Keep your knees soft. If this makes you dizzy, come up a little higher if you need to, or you can go down a little lower if that feels better for you. Let gravity pull everything down. This is a beautiful stretch for the shoulders, your spine, your back, your hips. Mountain from here, exhale, come up very slowly. Reverse the blood flow so you don't get dizzy. Roll the shoulders out. Roll them out. All right, coming to the very top of the mat. Preparing for pyramid. So you want to step here so you can still see me. Take a breath. On the exhale, step back. Nice big step, big wide step. Now back foot's on an angle. Left leg, make sure everything is nice and straight. Do a little test, rock back and forth, make sure you're anchored to the floor. Some people like to wear socks when they do this, probably a good thing to be bare feet so you have a really good grip, but if you can manage with your socks, that's fine. Hips are square, let's go, inhale up, exhale, big breath. Exhale, hinging up the hips, fold over, both hands on the knee. So this is our pyramid. Engaged pyramid, I'm just going to switch sides so you can see me a little bit better here. Engaged pyramid, or some of you want to come all the way down. Now, this is a deep hamstring stretch. If this is really uncomfortable, bend your knee a little bit if you need to. That's what I mean by making little adjustments. You can always find a place that feels good without overstraining yourself. Pyramid. Preparing for warrior two. Exhale, bend the knee, find your lunge. Come up, left arm to the front, windmill, right arm to the back. Arms are shoulder height. Looking at the tips of the left finger, relax those shoulders. Back is nice and straight. One more breath. From here, keep your lunge. I want both hands on your heart. We're going to do a little pulse. So I want you to inhale, straighten the left leg, release the hands. Exhale, hands back on the heart, find your lunge. A little pulse, a little heart pulse. Inhale out and back. Breathe. Smile while you're breathing. Happy to be here today. From here, we're going to get into side angle. On the exhale, left forearm on the left lap, right arm up. Nice and straight. Now here again, this is going to challenge your balance. If it's easier to put your hand on your hip, do it that way. And then, of course, if you want to go even further, you can reach over. Side angle. We're going to do a twisted side angle from here. On the exhale, windmill, right arm down. Stay in this position, both hands together. Right elbow up, left one down. One more breath. On the exhale, come to center. Arms up to the side, straighten the leg. Preparing for 5-star. On the exhale, turn your feet to the right, 5-star. And make sure that you can see me here. I'll just move it around. All right, so we do exactly the same thing. Now we're going to turn to the right. So to the back of the room or wherever you're going to go. On the exhale, turn your feet to the right, find your lunge. Hands together, twisted. This is actually our twisted warrior. To the left, elbow up, right one down. Side angle, exhale. On the exhale, right forearm on the lap, left arm comes up. Perfectly balanced. Again, you can bring your arm a little bit further here if you want to go a little deeper. One more breath. Exhale. Keep your lunge. We're going to do our little pulse. Hands on the heart. Ready? Inhale, release the hands, straighten the leg. Make sure your back is straight and pulse. Inhale. One more. Beautiful, almost like giving yourself a little hug. Hug your heart. Warrior two. Right to the front, left to the back, looking at the tips of the right fingers. Back is straight, shoulders are relaxed. Perfectly anchored to the floor. Pyramid from here. Exhale, windmill, left arm down, both hands on the right knee now. Again, on the knee for engaged pyramid, you can go a little further down, bend your knee, soften your knee if it's a little too much for your hamstring. From here, prepare for downward dog. Now, if you have to get into table first, or if you prefer just to do your table, you can do that. Otherwise, I'm doing dog, hands on the floor, and gently bring yourself back. If you want to do crouching tiger, if you prefer not to, stay in your dog. Otherwise, I'm doing crouching tiger. Just bend the knees, stay on the balls of the feet. Or if you want to go a little deeper, go on the tips of your toes. Down dog. Table from here. Come down slowly. And one last time for a little rabbit. Ready? Exhale, come down. Top of the head on the floor. One more breath. Exhale, come to table very slowly. All right, lovely. And we're going to get back into child's pose from here. So open up the knees a bit wider if you need to. And on the exhale, I want you to lean back gently. And let's take a little rest. So make sure your head and your neck are supported. Again, rest them on your stacked fists. If you have a block, on your block, stacked hands are on the floor. And let's rest. Child's pose, Balasana. And we'll stay here for a few breaths just to absorb the benefit of our practice so far. Slow down that heart rate. Just breathe. And think about how you feel right now. Maybe a little calmer, a little bit more relaxed, maybe peaceful. Maybe a little content as well. One more breath. Preparing to come out of your child's pose. So on the exhale, come up very slowly. And from here, I'd like you to get yourself onto your back very carefully. So everybody on your back, come all the way down. All right, so let's do a few lovely stretches from here. So now we're going to start cooling the body down. So the first one we're going to do is a single leg stretch. So I want you to stretch the left leg out and keep the right one bent. So make sure that you adjust your back and shoulders. Make sure you're comfortable. And when you're ready on the exhale, bring up the right knee only. Give it a beautiful big hug. Now again, this is a single leg stretch, so specific to release the knee, quad, the hamstring into the glute, as high as the lower back, even into the pelvic floor area. So if you need a deeper stretch, hug a little tighter, or loosen it up, whatever you need. Your body will let you know. Just relax and breathe. One more breath. Preparing to release, and let's try the other side. On the exhale, bend the right one, straighten the right one, I should say, bend the left one, adjust your back and shoulders. And when you're ready, bring up the left one, and then decide where you need to go with this one here. Maybe this side needs a deeper stretch, or maybe this one's a little tighter and you don't need to go very far. You'll know. Remember, always remember to move your body slowly, carefully, and gently. There's no rush. It's not a race. It's not a contest. Every time you do your practice, you feel a little different. Every day is different. So honor how your body feels every day. And on the exhale, release. Let's go right into a lovely double hug. Bend the right knee. On the exhale, both knees up, big hug. And here I want you to rock from side to side. Rock and breathe. Try to relax those shoulders. Focusing on releasing, lengthening the spine. Give yourself a beautiful back massage. Rock and breathe. And when you get to the left, if you'd like to do some little circles, focusing on that lower back just a little bit more. And then if you'd like to go to the right, little circles. Little circles. Knees to center, soles of the feet onto the floor. All right, so preparing for a reclining bound angle pose. So feet together, and if you can, let your knees fall open. Make sure you adjust your back and shoulders. Always make sure you're comfortable. before you get into any of the positions, especially at the end of the class like this. So if you can, open up the knees, put the arms out wherever you want them to be, and just breathe. Getting a beautiful stretch into the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, groin area, opening up the hips again a little bit more, and working those tight glutes. And every time you exhale, feel your body getting heavier and heavier, just melting right into the ground. One more breath. On the next exhale, bring the legs together. Use your hands, bring them together very, very gently. All right, so we're going to do a nice little supine twist pose now. So again, make sure you wiggle around, adjust your back and shoulders, and I want you to stretch the left leg out. Now if you can, I'd like you to take the right foot, put it on top of the left knee very gently, very softly. Left hand, reach all the way up on top of the right knee, reach out with the right arm, slowly, shoulder height. And on the exhale, I want you to look over the right shoulder as you press on the right knee gently to the left. So this is a spinal twist, or again, releasing the spine, but you get a beautiful extra stretch into the hip area, the glute. This one you can go as deep as you want, or just stay put where you are. You're going to feel that it's very gentle. Now that being said, there's two more places I'd like to go. If you want to try them, you can. If you don't want to, stay here a little longer because they get progressively deeper, so be very careful. So the next one, if you'd like to try it, is called our little cat tail. I'm going to bend the left knee, bring the left foot closer to my buttock. My right hand's going to come down, it's going to touch my heel. Now I'm just going to touch the heel, I don't have to grab your foot or anything. So this one is a bit deeper, called the cat tail. Again, if you try it and it's a little too uncomfortable, just release and straighten that left leg. Now, of course, we're going to go a little further from here. If you want to join me, if not, don't worry about it. Stay where you are. The next one is called the twisted root. I'm going to push on my knee a little bit further. You can go as far as you want with this one. So at this point, my body is off the floor. My shoulders are still anchored. I still have my fingers on my heel. This is a really deep, really lovely, complete lower body stretch into the twisted root. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly release, very, very gently. Untangle those legs, and let's see what we can do on this side. Let's try this side here. Now, adjust your back. Make sure that you always are comfortable and you're anchored, all right, so that you're ready to move. Left foot on top of the right knee very carefully. Right arm all the way up on top of the left knee. Left arm, peel it out shoulder height. And on the exhale, look over the left shoulder as you gently press on the left knee now. So pay attention to the right leg. It's completely relaxed. You should be able to wiggle your toes. That's how relaxed that leg is. And your foot is softly resting on the knee. We always want to be aware of our knees. Be very careful with them. So if you want to stay here, you can get a lovely stretch just doing a supine twist pose. Now, of course, if you want to go a little deeper, you can follow me or not. It's up to you. Cat tail, bending the right knee, bring the right foot closer to my buttock. Left hand comes down and I'm going to touch my heel gently. Stay right here. This is a really nice, gentle stretch. A little bit deeper though. And then, of course, if you want to go even further, that's up to you, of course. I'm pushing my knee down towards the floor. Most of my body is off the floor at this point. My shoulders are still anchored. My hand is still up. My fingertips are on my heel. This is a really nice stretch. One more breath. Twisted root. And let's slowly untangle from here. Release very gently, slowly, and let's stretch those legs out very, very carefully. Stretch them out. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, let them fall over your head. And let's stretch that body out. Now, if this bothers your shoulders, you can put your arms anywhere you'd like. All right? And I want you just to rest. Stretch that body out. Fingertips to the tips of your toes. Make yourself nice and long and tall. Let it go. And every time you exhale, feel your body getting heavier and heavier. Just sinking right into that mat. Just surrender to your breath. Be the watcher of your breath. One more breath. On the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands to the side of your body, palms facing the ceiling. Hands are open to receive guidance from your higher self. And let's prepare for our closing Savasana. Meditation, relaxation, reflection time. However you choose to bring this into your practice today. Resting comfortably in your corpse pose. So at this point, if you'd like, you can bend your knees. Some people like to lay on their side and cuddle, roll over on their side if they like. But I want you to find a place on your mat where you can rest comfortably. You don't have to move anymore, no more moving, just rest. But now I really want you to feel that breath. Now that you're completely relaxed, you're going to inhale. I want you to feel your chest rise as you inhale. Always try and suspend your breath. Just hold it for a couple of seconds and exhale. Feel your chest lower or sink as you exhale. Feeling that breath. The breath is calming, it's soothing, it's balancing, and it's so cleansing. The breath is what you have in your little toolbox. It's always in your back pocket. Remember it when you need to calm yourself down. For any situation, think about your beautiful yoga breath. It really helps and it works. That being said, now that we're resting in Savasana relaxation pose, let's take a minute to thank ourselves for our practice today. Let's just take a moment to scan our body and our mind for any remaining tension. And let's let compassion melt away that tension into our mat. It's important for relaxation to have a tension-free body and a tension-free mind. All that energy is flowing, energy which is your life force. So I'd like to talk about our inner voice today. So listen to your inner voice. It's so much wiser and kinder than your logical brain. It often whispers the right answers. So make sure that the decibel level of your ego is low, or preferably muted, so that you can always hear your inner voice and be guided by it. Let's take a moment to embrace the silence in the room and in your mind. Let's go visit that place within ourselves that speaks to us, where the stillness holds the proper questions and all of our answers, where our truth is our identity. Satnam. Let your mind, your body, and your soul absorb the vibrations of the bells, bringing your own energies to its appropriate frequency. Now, before you bring yourself to a seated position, let's do a little extra neck stretch while you're laying there. Now that your body is completely relaxed, your shoulders are nice and loose, let's see if you can release any leftover tension you might have in your neck that you might not even be aware of. So I want you just lay where you are, take a big breath, and on the exhale, if you can, if you want to, just turn your head slightly to the left. Releasing again those little muscles. It doesn't take a lot for them to be compressed. And usually, again, if you have tension in your shoulders, it always tends to migrate up into your neck. So it doesn't take a lot to release them either, because they're very tiny, so be very careful and gentle. On the exhale, bring your head and your face to neutral position. And if you'd like, on the exhale, turn your head gently to the left, or to the right, I should say. Releasing the left side of the neck. And for one more breath, exhale, come back to center slowly. Now I'd like you to bring yourself back into your space, back into the room. Bring life back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes if you'd like. And very slowly and carefully and very gently bring yourself back up Take your time. I know it's hard to get off the floor. Into our Sukhasana position, cross-legged position, or any seated position at this point that's comfortable for you. All right? Pardon me. Sitting nice and tall on your sit bones, let's bring our hands together. Let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center. Close your eyes. And let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune in. Inhale. Take one more big, beautiful breath. Shanti, Shanti, peace, peace. May love and light be with you always. Namaste. All right, we're all done. Lovely. Yeah, clap for you guys. Beautiful, nicely done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Susan, and it is the middle of July right now, so we're just getting our little summer YouTube program going because where I work is closed for renovations till September. So we'll keep us moving, keep you smiling, keep you happy, and keep your mind nice and clear. So again, make sure that you go out. May you wear your sunscreen, of course, but go out and play, get some fresh air. And thanks again for joining me, and stay tuned. I'll be doing a chair yoga class shortly, so have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon.